We're doing it. What is up, everyone, and welcome to this slightly delayed, much technical difficulty. The Choo Choo Crew plays games they like on Thursday nights, but I'm changing it to games we hope go up on 18xx.games on Thursday nights. Normally, it's games that we hope get reprinted on Thursday nights, but this is games that we hope go up on 18xx.games. Before I start, my name is Joe. I'm joined by Mike and Zach. It's a small group tonight, which is fun because we're gonna play 1850 with 3 people. So plugs to get out of the way. If you like anything you see and you want to follow anything we do, please go to dadsonamap.com. You can listen to our podcast there. You can find our Discord there where we talk about all these games and play these games and chat about these games. Maybe too aggressively, maybe not aggressively enough. Depends on how you feel that day. Um, you can donate to our Patreon, which lets us put more content up on the internet because it costs money to host content, and we super appreciate anyone who decides to do that or really just drops in and chats with us. Um, so without further ado, tonight we are playing 1850 by Bill Dixon, who is probably our collective favorite 18xx designer on the show. He's definitely my favorite designer. I think like on average, he's probably our what's the one where you go left and right and you no, it's whatever one shows up the most in the top 10 list. The mode, the mode. He's our mode. 18xx designer. Um, so 1870 is on 18xx games and on RR18xx if you want to go hit that. 56 as well is up on both those. Those were both printed a bazillion times and are pretty easy to purchase if you want to spend the money. Um, 50 and 32 are only by Deep Thought, so you can get in the queue for whoever is currently, making those. And anyway, let's get on with the teach. So this teach presupposes that you know all the rules of 1830. I'm not going to teach 1830. And honestly, if you want to watch the 1832 teach, you could do that. They're pretty interchangeable. So we're going to go over all the changes to the stock round, the changes to the operating round. We'll go over the privates, and then we'll play the game. So stock round, the stock round in 1830 or in 1850, and this will go for 70 and 32, so you can use these as a teach for those games as well. The stock round offers a couple more actions to players, as well as something called price protection. So the normal sell buy or buy sell, normal stocks go down once for every share sold. There is an exception to that rule, and that is this light blue line. It's called the soft ledge. If a share or a stock is valued at the soft ledge, someone must sell at least 2 shares to break through that ledge. The ledge does not eat a stock, a stock ball. It just simply you must sell 2 shares to break through that ledge. So if I had 2 shares of the Great Northern and I sold both of them, it would drop to 64. If I had 2 shares of the Great Northern and I sold one, it would just stay at 72. It wouldn't have enough. I like to think of it as momentum to break through the ledge. Similarly, if I had 2 shares and it was at 76, I would sell them both. It would fall once to 72, and then it wouldn't have that 2 share momentum to break the soft ledge, so it would just be ledged at 72. If I was at 76 and I sold 3 shares, it would go one. Oh, look, there's 2 shares sold, so that's enough, and drop down to 64. So that's the soft ledge. The next part of the stock round is something that's called price protection. At any time, um, when a player sells a share in a president's company, at the end of that turn, we actually won't. I don't know. In the rules, it happens at the end of the turn, but for memory's sake, it's kind of easier to do it when you sell the shares. But it's incorrect because you might sell shares out of order, and you need to. You don't. Technically, price protection happens at the end of a player's sell shares, and it's important because they may sell or do something different depending on whether the president price protects or not. But I'm going to just teach it as if it happens at the end. So, say it is my turn and I sell 1 share of the Great Northern Railway, and Mike is the president. At the end of my sell turn, we actually will not move this stock market marker. At the end of my sell turn, the game will kick it to Mike, no matter where we are in priority. So right now the priority would be me, Zach, then Mike. We will kick it to Mike no matter where we are, and the game will ask Mike, "Do you want to buy this share?" It does not matter how many shares of the Great Northern Railway Mike has. It just matters that he's the president. If he has 60% of the company, if he has 20% of the company, it doesn't matter. The game then asks, can you legally buy these shares without worrying about how company percentage ownership. So in this game, when you're in the white zone, you can only buy 60%, and when you go down to the green zone, you can buy up over 60%. Brown zone is the same thing, as many as you want from a market, same thing as 30. However, during price protection, we don't care what zone you're in, you are allowed to go over 60%. The game does care about a couple things though. It cares about, will you go over cert limit? You cannot price protect if you're going to go over cert limit. Can you afford all shares that are sold? So a president must price protect all shares that are sold during a sell step. So if I sold one share and Mike was one cert under cert limit, so let's say he was at 17 or 16, I'm sorry, he had $76, he could price protect. The game would kick it to Mike. Mike would spend $76. That $76 would go to the bank. He would take the share. Again, it doesn't matter if he's at 60%, he still can take the share. And then that would be considered his turn in the stock round. And then the game would go back to me. So Zach was effectively skipped by that price protection. That would be Mike's turn. If we all passed around, I would end with priority. But it would be kicked to me to take another action. If Mike was at 16 certs and I sold 2 shares, even if he could afford it, he could not price protect because he could not protect all the shares that were sold. Similarly, if I sold 2 shares and Mike had $77, he could not price protect because he could not afford both shares. He could only afford one. You can't sell, you can't do anything in the price protection round or action aside from pay for the shares that were sold. So the keys again are, this happens at the end of the player's sell round. Shares are price protected in the order they're sold. So if you sell multiple shares like of different companies, those presidents get decisions in the order which they're sold. And then priority will move to the left of the last president to protect a share, which is kind of confusing, but it also just kind of makes sense. It just moves to the left of whoever acts last. And presidents will act in the order in which their shares are sold. A couple weird little snafus with price protection. If you are above 60% and you are not in the green zone, if you go to sell a share that you own more than 60% of, you have to become complicit. So you have to sell down to 60. So even though you can be up here and own 100% of your company, if for some reason you need to sell that share, you must sell down to 60%. The other part of price protection, it can happen during ORs if there's a force buy situation. So in a force buy situation, the president has to sell shares. Presidents of other companies get a turn in the OR to price protect their shares. It works exactly like we just said, but priority doesn't move. Priority is locked at the end of the SR. So that's price protection. The next action in the stock round, again, you can sell buy or buy sell. If you get kicked to due to price protection, the only action you can do is buy all of the shares. There's pass, you can always pass, and then there are 2 new actions in Bill Dixon games. There is redeem and reissue. So companies in Dixon games, which we'll go over when we get to the OR, but they pay out for shares in their IPO. It's a full cap game, so floating is 60%. We'll play like a full cap game. However, when we pay out, shares will pay out if they're in the IPO, not if they're in the market. So one time during an OR, the president of a company can redeem a share for that company. If you're the president of multiple companies, you can redeem 1 share per action for each company, but a company can never redeem more than 1 share in OR or an SR. I'm sorry. To redeem a share, you have to do a couple checks. One, after you would redeem the share, will there still be 60% of the company owned in the open market or by players? So again, if the Great Northern is the example we're using, and say, this probably doesn't help the stream because it's so far away, but I'm the president and I own another 2 shares of it, and there are 3 shares in the open market. Right now, 70% of the company is extant. It is not in the IPO. And therefore, the Great Northern, on its turn, could redeem a share because at the end, Zach, you're gonna mute your mic. The at the end of me redeeming, and we'll go over what redeeming is. It's basically taking a share out of into the company's IPO. At the end of redeeming, there will still be 60% in player or market hand. So when you redeem, a company will take money from its treasury, pay it to the bank, whatever the market value of the share is, and that share will, let's just pretend I'm the Great Northern President, will go bloop, 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 into the company. Um, that share is now in the company. It is not purchasable. It exists in the company. When the company runs, it will pay into the company. And that's the one action that's the one redeem and OR. Say or SR. Say it's the next SR and we have the same setup. The Great Northern could not redeem a share because if it were to redeem a share, there would only be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shares basically owned by the rest of the game. And that's not enough. So there has to be at least 60%. If there are no shares in the open market, a company can redeem from a player. The player has to agree, so it's not a hostile redemption. It's the same thing. It pays its market price. So Great Northern would pay $76 out of its treasury, and it would pay it to whatever player you're redeeming from. Usually from the president. Usually other players aren't happy to let you redeem. So that's share redemption. It can happen once per company, per SR. The president does it. There has to be 60% of the company still effectively in the game, so in the market or in players' hands. You pay whatever the market value is to the bank or to the player, and the only time you can redeem from a player is if there are no shares in the open market. The last thing is reissuing. Reissuing is a way for a company to get its shares out of its treasury and back into the game. So the rules for reissuing are there can be no shares left in the IPO. The IPO has to be sold out. So right now, the Great Northern could not reissue this share as there are still 3 shares in the IPO. But let's pretend that I get a share and it redeemed another share and Mike got a share and it was parred at 82 and its current value is 140. Let's pretend that. So it could now reissue as there are no shares left in its IPO. To reissue, it's the full turn of the SR. You take all the shares. You have to reissue every share in the treasury. They become IPO shares. The price is either 75% of the market value. I think rounded up. I'll look it up in 1 second. I think it's rounded up, or the old par value, whichever is higher. So I hope 75 of 140 is larger than 82. We did it. It's 105. I'm gonna say it's rounded up, but I will look. So this stays at 140. I'm sorry, and its par price now goes. Oh, you go to the nearest par price, right? I'm sorry. Its par price goes to 110. Its market value does not change. These shares are now just like IPO shares. They will pay into the company when the company runs. However, when they are purchased, this company is now a partial cap company. So when they are purchased, that money will go into the company treasury. Doesn't come up that often, but it can come up. Those are all of the stock round rules. Does anybody have any other stock round rules? I think that's it, right? Very cool. So operating round operates basically just like 1830 with a couple small caveats. The first time a company operates, it can lay 2 yellow track. Tokens go down when the company operates, not when it floats. A weird thing that I forgot to mention, companies cannot redeem when they originally float because companies in this game do not get their money until the end of the stock round in which they float, and thus they will have no money to redeem in the first stock round. Cool stuff, right? The other thing I missed, I'm sorry, before we get too far. In the stock round, you can technically this stock token again does not move until after a player's turn in the stock round. However, if you were to sell a stock that would move a company into yellow, green, or brown, You then play the rest of that stock turn as if the president does not protect it, and then you reevaluate that at the beginning of that player's next stock turn. So if on my turn, say I was the president of the Great Northern and I was at cert limit, and I were to sell one share, technically this does not move into yellow until the end of my stock turn, but the game moves into kind of a limbo state in which it considers the president having not protected, and this will be basically a faux yellow share until we verify that it is yellow. So I could then not be at cert limit and buy certs, even though this stock token has not technically moved. Um, that will come. It comes up in 70 all the time, and it was a bug on .games for a little bit, so that might come up. Similarly, if I had a share of Mike's company and I sold it into yellow, the game will act like it's yellow until Mike then protects or not. So I could buy a share. Mike may decide to protect. Now, when it comes back to my stock turn, I will be above cert limit and I'll have to, do something else. But I will not be breaking any rules of the game. That's how the game operates. And it just kind of, there's this limbo state where you pretend like the share wasn't protected. All right, sorry, back to the operating round. So, major things. First operating turn, you can lay 2 yellow track. For the rest of the game, you can lay 1 yellow track or do 1 upgrade. The game's semi-permissive, so you have to be able to run new track or, hit a revenue center that you're upgrading. Dits will upgrade, double dits won't. You are allowed to run both cities on a tile. At one point in the game, these cities were only marked by a single revenue number, but it's called out in the rules that you're allowed to hit both cities on a tile. You have to reserve the last token spot for somebody's home. There are special tiles for these 3 brown cities. And then you can pay out. When you pay out, shares in the IPO pay to the company, shares in the market pay to no one, shares in players' hands play to themselves. Your stock goes forward 1. You can withhold. When you withhold, your stock goes back, and then you can half pay. Half pay is always in favor of the shareholders, and your stock will stay in place. Token, you can lay 1 token a turn. There are special tokens for certain companies. The KD, Union Pacific, three guys over here. And is this the poo line? Yeah, and the poo line up here. On a company's turn, as its token action, it can lay its off-board token. You'll see they have special tokens over here that are $50. This token means that this company will now treat that off-board, any position on that off-board, it doesn't matter which of the arrows you run to, as double. So in brown, the KD will now run this red for 80. This token cannot be used as the token to make a legal route. So you can't run out of it. You can only run to it, basically. So if you somehow got tokened out, you couldn't use it to start a route. It just goes on the edge and doubles, and it does count as your token step. So again, the UP is here. Northern Pacific, Milwaukee, and Great Northern are there. Katie's here, and then the Sioux line you actually can run through. It's a DIT, and you can run through it. Last feature of the map is the Masabi Range. So the Masabi Range is like the coal mine in 32 or in 28. It's a little different in 28, but like in 32. So the Masabi Range cannot be run to or through unless you have a coal token. You purchase a coal token from the player that owns the Masabi, or sorry, from the company that owns the Masabi mining company. Players cannot purchase coal tokens until this company is bought in by a company or this company closes, and I think it closes on the 5. It might say it on the mouse over. I actually have it open in the rules, but I scrolled past it. We'll go over it when we go over it. Regardless, when this company is bought by another company, you can pay $40 to the bank, $40 to the owning company to get one of these tokens. You'll notice there are only 3 of them because the company that buys in this miner or this private gets a token by itself. When you have a coal token, you can run to and through the Masabi Range. You'll notice the Masabi Range is 30, 40, and 60, which probably makes it the highest non-doubled revenue center on the map. Maybe Chicago is also 60. Oh no, these all go to 60. Chicago
100.
100. Jeez, fat stacks. So it's a little different than the coal mine
Old.
because it's not not just the best hex. And that counts as a yellow track hex. The purchase of the token counts as a yellow track lay. I'm sorry, so that's your yellow tile lay. That's all of the operating stuff. Corporations can close. If your token enters the closed area, you will close. All of the assets will go away. The cert limit will go down. Our starting capital will stay the same, but the cert limit will drop, and that's kind of that. You guys think I missed anything?
We talk about train buying.
Mm-mm. Shoot, big deal. You can only buy one train in OR
Okay.
from the bank, or from the market. You can buy as many trains from companies as you would like. However, you can only buy one train in OR from the bank. This is not like David Hecht, where you can buy one train of a rank pro R. You can only buy one train in OR. The trains rust just like 70 and 32. So 4s rust 2s, 6s rust 3s, 8s rust 4s, 12s rust 5s. The price is the same. There's a different number of things that I'm not going to get into. But yes, you can only buy one train. There's this huge exclamation point right here to remind you to not be a dingus. We talked about company closure. I think that's it, right? I feel good.
Yeah, I think that's it. We're gonna talk about the privates too, right?
Yep, and now we're just gonna go over the privates because there's a lot of them and they're super weird. If 32 has the best logos, this has the best private names, like easy peasy. So it's a normal waterfall auction. Oh, the last thing is just like all Dixon games, you cannot force buy a train from another company. When you force buy a train, it's the cheapest train from the market or the bank. So you want to at least leave. It's a leave a dollar game. If you're ever going to try to buy a train with that company, you have to leave a dollar. Um, okay, so I think every single private in this game is a blocker. Haha, but maybe not. It says in the rulebook it is, but yeah, they are. Okay, they are. They're like all over the place. Anyway, um, the first is the Great River Shipping Company. No special power, just 20 and 5. Maybe it doesn't block anything. Let me go to this. Uh, it doesn't say, Joe. I was like, it definitely does it, but it doesn't say. Anyway, Great River Shipping Company, 20 and 5. The credit Mobier. So if you own the Union, privates in this game are bought in phase 3 from half to double with a bunch of exceptions. Credit Mobier can be sold up to 120 if sold to the Union Pacific. Stops paying on phase 5, closes on phase 6. I don't understand why that's significant. Oh, anything with a track lay doesn't close till phase 6, but they all functionally close on phase 5. So privates in this game that have extra track lays will run till phase 6, but you cannot buy them in after phase 5, and they do not pay you after phase 5, but you can still use their powers until phase 6. So until the 6. So the credit Mobier, you can buy it in for 120. It costs 40, and it always pays $10 to the player who bought it. So even after a company buys it in, it pays $10 to the player. You
And it
also
counts as a
get.
cert.
It does not count as a cert. This counts as a cert. This does not count as a cert.
Got it.
You get one track lay west of the Mississippi. So this is the Mississippi. I don't know if this hex is the Mississippi.
I don't know.
I probably
We had a question about up here because like what's up here? Like what are these west of the Mississippi? Apparently this was also asked online and we figured these are not west, but this is west going down. So at
got it.
A4, yeah.
Got it.
Here,
I'm
this
sure.
I don't know. I guess this is on the
Oregon.
Mississippi, so I don't think that would count, but these
I
would.
feel like the board 18 map of this. You would think that I would have looked this up before we taught it, but I didn't. I apologize. So, regardless, it's a free track lay west of the Mississippi. Once you use it, you turn it in. That's all. Mississippi River Company. So you can sell this in phase 2 for 20 to 40. So this is one of those phase 2 buys. And the Mississippi River Company gives a free bridge over the Mississippi River at St. Louis. So it's basically a free track lay in the St. Louis hex. For the Mopac, you can do this in addition to its normal track lay. So the St. Louis hex is somewhere right here. If you own the Mopac and the oh no, sorry, this is the Mopac. That's the Katy. If you own the Mopac and the Mopac is doing it, it's basically a free home tile lay, and then you can do, or it's a free home tile lay, and then you can do another tile lay. It's how does that ever work? Oh, because you can buy it in a phase 2. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
right. So you start, you can buy it in, you get a free home tile lay, and then you get an additional yellow. I'm a dingus. Okay, the next one is the Gant Brothers Construction Company. And for anybody else, it's just a free tile lay there, and free as in you don't have to pay for it, but not free as in an additional tile lay. Gant Brothers, public company that owns this private, can lay, and you can purchase a yellow track lay each turn for $30. So you have to pay $30 to the bank. You also have to pay terrain cost. This is in addition to any track layer upgrade, and all additional tiles happen after a company first tile placement, with the with the exception um, of the Missouri River Bridge Company, which is explicitly called out to happen before. All additional tiles, aside from that one, happen after. I'm going to read that again somewhere in the rule book because I read it and it stuck out in my mind. So Gant Brothers, you can play 30 to lay, or this track lay is in addition to any track lay or upgrade is allowed to do. Yep, to lay an extra yellow track. The mining company is the one we just talked about. So again, once that company is bought in, whichever company buys it in gets a free mining token, and then companies can buy a mining token from that company, $40 to the bank, $40 to the company that owns it, to get one of those tokens. You'll notice there's only 3 tokens available after that, to be allowed to run to or through the mine up north. The Western Land Grant Company. So the company that owns the Western Land Grant is allowed construction of 1 extra yellow track, then anywhere, and then 2 yellow tracks west of the Mississippi. So again, 1 track anywhere, which is what this signifies, and then 2 west of the Mississippi. And then finally, the Mopac just gives you, or it's not the Mopac, it's the Mississippi and Missouri Railroad, just gives you a share of Big Rock Island. So just to go over, this does nothing. This gives the president $10, a free track lay west of the Mississippi, and you can buy in for $120 for the Union Pacific. This is a free track lay in Seattle. This is $30 for an extra yellow. This is the mining company, and this is 3 additional track lays. And with that, I think we're probably good to go.
Good. Just to clear up too, because I also had this question when we first played last time. You can't use all of these on one turn. Like these additional track
Right.
lays, you can't go 1, 2, 3. That would
Yeah,
be
it's
amazing, but
one.
you
Yeah,
cannot
yeah,
do
yeah.
that. Yeah, it's just 1 per turn.
And
Go with it.
again, may still do these track lays after the company has done its normal track lay. So again, you couldn't like lay a yellow with your bonus and then upgrade something that you now touched with that yellow.
Yeah.
You have to operate your company and then use your
Then
additional track
utilize
lay,
it.
Yeah.
with the exception of the bridge.
I'm those
Because
two.
it wouldn't work then. You would just be stuck there swimming. All right, I think we're good to go. I feel pretty lost. I've only played this game twice. I think Mike has played it once. Zach's
I
played it
played it
once.
once.
We've played a lot of other Bill Dixon games, but not a lot of this one. So that should be cool.
No.
Chastner really likes it. I agree, but only from my 2 plays. And then Doob has something about lots of Union Pacific trains. I'm interacting with the chat because we're professional streamers that stream every week. All right, sweet. Zach, you're up first.
All right.
68 times 6 is 408.
We're gonna
That's what I
reset.
got.
Yep.
You gotta put all these shares
All
back,
right.
right?
Yeah, I can't just start the game with a bunch of shares.
I'm gonna go 85 on Masabi.
Here, Mike. Oh, you know what Garrick does that's super smart? He makes a bunch of like really little, like watch this boy. He makes a bunch of super little counters in player colors, and then you just type into them. I love it.
That's smart. That's a smart thing.
He has like an infinite bag, but I'm gonna just steal it and make them little. Okay.
So you did 85 on that. Okay, so I'll do.
Da-da-do-da-da-do.
55 on Gant.
Where do I want to start in this game? I know I played that and it played real good. Played real good. Played real good, Duke. There's so many companies because there's only 3 of us.
Yeah. A lot of privates for 3 of us.
A lot of privates. I will go. Yeah, I'll just go here at 45. I don't want to do that. That guy doesn't do anything, right? He doesn't do anything. I'm not playing the mope. I'm not playing dopey mopey.
I thought you loved Dopey Mopey.
Not
That
in
was your
this
boy.
game.
No, 3
I'll do this.
strat
I'll do
dice right
this.
off the bat. That's pretty decent, right?
Pretty decent. Pretty
Pretty
decent.
You go to that mobiler.
Mobiler.
Body.
JC's
Body.
JC Lawrence's new game has a credit Mobier, and it's the most. I assume it's got to change before he produces it, because like it gives someone a loan that they have to pay off every turn for the rest of the game. It's It's a bonkers. It's a bonkers private. It's bonkers. I'm gonna pull. No, I'm kidding. Uh 700 minus 95. Let's do some math. Oh my god, we have so much money. Nah, should I let Zach pull? Yeah, I can't do that. Can't do that. Well, but I really now I do want to bid there. I do want that bid. All right.
All right,
And there are some blockers, right?
Yeah.
Like here's this is
river,
obviously
and
blocked
then
by the bridge.
I think the mining company too. Is that what this one is?
M&M? No, that's this.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I would literally love for this to come to Dot Games. Like so much love, but not enough love to learn how to program whatever they program in.
We all don't want to play Mopey. No one wants to mope.
Oh, I'll mope. Jay has made me afraid of the mope. Even though it wins in 70 sometimes.
I went 100 on Western Land Grant.
So 90 on the mine. Yeah, do that.
Very good.
Oh, that's right. That's just like a dude.
Big Rock Island. Does Rock Island not have an offboard? Oh my god.
No, it doesn't.
I don't want to play the Rock Island.
But it sits that right in the middle in Cedar Rapids, the center of the Midwest.
Guys talking like I've ever been to the Midwest.
I'm talking like anyone's ever heard of Cedar Rapids.
I feel like I've driven through. Well, no, I started in Independence, Missouri.
No. I'll go there for 45.
Yeah, see, I like that. That's kind of what I wanted to do. But if Michael wants to give me a $165 private,
You don't.
Come on, Mike.
You can't do that.
Come on.
Not the Rock
Come on,
Island.
man. Come on.
No.
Come on, Lee.
I don't really want that one though.
I know, right?
At all.
It's big.
I don't even know what to do. We have so much money. This is such a weird game, especially for Dixon games, because you'll notice when it goes to 4, you go to 525. You have no
Like
money.
you go from a ridiculous amount of money to a depressing amount of money.
I don't know. What am I
Okay.
kind of? I don't know if I'm doing that bid or not. Or I might just pull.
Okay.
Like even want to do that. Jesus, man. I guess like yeah, yeah. I'll do that. Okay.
To me, I will pull, so I'm not on every private. I'm just gonna take it
Okay.
for 20.
Take it.
Why do I have
Don't
the
have
Great Northern? I don't get that too.
Whoops. That should be up
That's
here.
not.
I
That's
think
not
I'll
mine.
get priority. On to the two of y'all.
Okay. So I will go 55.
Oh.
And if anybody watching has any questions about 50, please, except for 50 strategy, because we don't have any.
Yeah.
If you have questions about 70 strategy or 32 strategy, filter them on through this game.
Yeah.
Wanna go
If you have suggestions,
But definitely, rule strategy, we can clarify any of the Dixon rules pretty well.
I'll pass.
You're gonna pass?
I'm gonna pass, yeah.
Not even my friend. I'm gonna not come to your house ever again.
that's not true.
I know I
I'll
have to
play
go
some
there
ice.
next weekend.
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
Oh, maybe I should
That
try to
is.
convince you to come down here. All right,
Ew.
on to Mike, or no, on to Zach to bid.
Oh yeah, I have to go to that one. Um,
I mean, one pass deserves another, right?
I
Right.
mean, I don't think that's how that one works. I will go to 55.
Oh man, 60.
You're gonna pay 60?
Now I will pass.
Why not? We have so much money.
I don't want to play in the river.
I'm not gonna play in the river. I'm just gonna make my $10 and buy it in and never use it. Just be happy with my life. Mike.
I'll go to 65.
All Gant boys, 75.
That's crazy.
I did the math, Mike. I still have a lot of money left.
I know. I want to play the mine again.
I was sick. One of my sons is not here. It's real loose day. I have to go to work
Would you rather-
tomorrow, which I only do once every 2 weeks.
I guess I can go 80. Crazy.
Crazy.
I guess I'll pass. I think 75 was a dirty bid. I'm not gonna lie. I really like that bid.
It was good, yeah. It was good.
Also, this mod is dope with all these little tokens.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm going 95 on Masabi.
I'll go 100.
105.
We have so much money. 110.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm gonna pass on that.
All right. I don't know what I want to do. Mike, you're at 510.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you probably don't want to win all Big Rock.
Probably not.
But I don't know if it's really that bad if you win it for 170. Feels pretty good.
Oh, that'd be. I would like that.
Who won the mine?
I did.
Mike.
Oh yes.
The token's somewhere. I don't know where this shit I put it. There it is. Um. I can't win both of these, but I mean, I can't win both of them. I want to win one of them. I think I'll win that for cheaper, but I'll go 110.
And I'll go 115.
Man, I should have went more. Zach's in a pretty good spot. 10, 15, and 20. I'll be making 20 and 10. If I go 120 and you pass, I'll be at some number, a little bit more than Mike.
Mm-hmm.
I have priority, which is
Mm-hmm.
pretty good. But what's not good is taking all of the money out of the Rock Island. Just taking all of it.
Wait, who pulled? Zach pulled, right?
Zach. Yeah. Oh, you have
Yeah,
priority.
yeah.
God damn it.
Pull.
Circles are so confusing to me. Well, that makes Mike can bid more for that, but then he would take money out. I will go 120 is a lot, but I feel like 115 is pretty cheap. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. I can't just pass, right? That'd be like -10 plus. It's still not. That sucks. I think I just pass. I don't know. Zach, would you have passed if I went to 120?
No.
What?
No, I would not have passed. I
Oh
would have
man.
gone.
Well,
But
all right,
we live in
170.
this world now.
It was just like if I went and you passed, it would have been like many ORs or many SRs until I did anything, like 3 SRs probably.
Um, yeah, you can leave.
190? That's probably too fucking much. God damn it.
I hate this because it's like I could. Can I? I can't. I don't think I can. So I go 195.
I'm just gonna play with nothing. Just
Well,
lose.
trains are good.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna play with nothing. I don't think there's a world in which I can go 200 for this.
Be crazy. I would still be able to float, but I would have such a big liability. So you can take it. You can take it.
Yeah, I think maybe you could play to like have your second company buy in the second thing, you know? Oh,
Right.
what the fuck? Oh my gosh.
I do not want to win any of these things. Any of them.
Okay. Yeah, I
Maybe
don't love.
maybe this one.
I like Zach's spot.
Yeah, his spot's pretty good.
All right, that's the PA. On to Mike.
Dang. All right, now which company is the best company? I could just start.
Katie's good.
80's
UP's good.
okay. I feel like Milwaukee's good because it's got that special tile. If I do 1-2, I can just hit Chicago right away and run
Yeah.
2 trains for.
Oh, Chicago has a weird rule I didn't say that you can't lay it illegally, basically. Like you can't
Yeah,
lay it
Mhm.
like this, I think. There's some way you can't lay it. Uh Northwest and east. Yeah, you can't lay it like this.
the 40.
Oh yeah, that's why Milwaukee's not that. I mean, it's good, but you can't lay
It
this.
can.
Not.
It's
Yeah, because you can't lay that.
In my single play, it was pretty. I played as Milwaukee, and it was not my favorite. My existence was that what Joe just laid out. Maybe could have been avoided. Maybe not.
Damn. Alright, I'm just gonna do it again. The Northern Pacific. And I'll part it at 8.
You're going up there
Uh-huh.
with your Masabi range?
Uh-huh.
Wasabi Masabi? Alright, so I don't need to use the Rock Island, but I probably should, because I don't think I should have just a share that does fucking nothing. uh, what should I par it at? Probably 68. Oh, right, I'm at 450, so definitely 68. So I'll par Big Rock Island that I definitely don't want to play at all at $68. And on to Zach.
Well,
We should stream Prairie because it has the Rock Island in it. I think
yeah,
Chicago Northwestern also has the Rock Island in it.
it does.
Yeah, it does.
But do we want to play that game?
I want to stream it at least once so people can see it. I feel like the people should be allowed to see Chicago Northwestern.
Yeah. Feel like Katie's the one.
Dude,
I'm
I
gonna go
love
for
the
Katie.
Canadian. It's so good. Union Pacific is also very good though. I'm surprised
That was my next pick.
you didn't do that.
Between the two.
Yeah, because you have a private. You could have risk it a little bit. You can. It's a little risky pulling out $120 from your company, but
I mean, it's not as risky as pulling out 320 bucks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Katie. Go Katie. Katie. And I'll start Katie at 68.
wanna buy beer.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna float and do nothing till I float.
Same.
I assume everyone's gonna do that.
Yep.
6. So I spent 1. Oh wait, I only have to buy 5 though, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What happened? I went too many. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so priority is on Mike.
Right, so you bought first, so I buy my last share, then it's your turn. Because you still have cash. Everyone still has cash, actually.
Oh, right. I had to make the decision before your guys' 6 share. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
pass. I don't want to pass. But I guess I would pass. Because I wouldn't want to let you float. What am I going to do? Buy a share of Zach's company. So I would buy a share of Zach's company. Technically, Zach, you floated before you bought your 6th share. So you can put your 5th share back, your 6th share back, and it's on to you.
Pretty nice.
So that's where we're at right now.
I bought my well, yeah, it's on to you, Zach. So
yeah, you had to buy your 6th share.
Yeah,
I bought Zach's share. Oh, I guess I should buy your share then, Mike. Right, so Zach doesn't float. Yeah, okay, I'll just do that. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, do you want?
I'd rather have Zach's share though.
Okay.
But I'll do that. Okay.
All right. I can't unlock the tokens to restack them in the maybe.
Did I lock them like an asshole? I did.
Yeah.
Wait 1 sec. Now they're all locked. All right.
There we go.
All right. So it's on to you, Mike.
Did I want to buy this share?
No, you would have bought that share.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you bought that share because you acted first.
Okay, yeah.
So that was your fifth buy.
Yeah.
This is my fifth buy. That was Zach's fifth buy. So now it's on to you.
I guess I pass for now. Yeah, I'll pass.
The only consideration would be, did I really want to do 68 instead of 72? Because I didn't do the math like a fucking dingus. 360. Doesn't matter. Yeah, that's fine. I will pass. To Zach.
Yeah. So I'm already last. I have money to spend. I'm gonna buy one of Mike's shares.
Rude guys. To Mike.
No one will. Oh, actually, he will next round, so I will buy.
There we go. All right.
Then-
Priority on to the OR. Woo. Zach, just make sure you got the right amount of money. 35, right? 10, 25. Yep, cool. All right. Mike, you have to spend 68, right?
Yeah, something.
There we go.
I should have the exact same amount of money as Zach, though. I don't know why
Yep.
I have dollars less. I typed in the wrong amount.
There we go. On to Mike. You can lay 2 yellows.
I'm just gonna going for it, doing it.
Can you buy? Oh, you can buy this in the 2, right?
Yeah, they're pretty cheap, so I think I might get money back pretty quickly doing this. I want to do this. Yeah, I'll do that. So that's my 2 lays. Home token down. Then I'll buy a 2 train.
All right, and like we said, Chicago can't be laid like this, right?
Oh, it can be laid like that.
No, it cannot be laid like this.
Why? Why not?
Because it I don't know, it just says it.
It's because if you upgrade it, then one of the
because you can't.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't upgrade it legally then.
Okay. Right. Well, I mean, I guess
But I
could you lay it like
I
that?
can lay it like this.
That's fine, yeah, because this would still work.
Could you theoretically lay it like that, and the game is just stuck
No,
on
no,
that yellow?
no. It says you can't. It's
Okay.
in the rules.
It is.
All right, so I have to spend. So I guess I'll do that, and then that. Man, I don't know. I don't want to. I guess I'll do that. Okay, I will lay this yellow and spend 40, and lay that yellow, and that's it. Buy 2. Be done with my turn.
40 already. I'm gonna lay right there, and then also lay. Now here, do I lay it down?
Oh, we paid privates, right?
Yeah.
We should pay
That's
privates, yeah.
why I have, right?
Yeah.
35 out of 20. That's why he had more money. Okay, I didn't realize we
Got
just
it.
did it so quickly because I was like, I didn't have 50. Okay, that makes sense. Trying to cheat
You're
over
good,
here.
man.
Don't mind
Cheetah!
me, just cheating.
Cheetah!
Oh, that sucks though.
There.
That really sucks.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do, and then buy a 2 for Katie.
All right, onto the SR. I will. When am I ever gonna run this 3 train? I also put my home not in my home. Haha. You're gonna run for 50. You're gonna run for 40. I'll buy another one of. I kind of want to buy Zach's. You're also only gonna run for 40. I guess I'll run for 50. If I run for 50, it's a little bit better. Mike, you can dump on me. I think I'll take it.
Got him.
I
$600
will.
company. It's pretty good.
I'll have another 2 train. I'll do
Yeah.
that. On to Zach.
Think I'll pass.
It's
Just
69.
gonna
Where's
pass
Jay
that.
when you need him? I don't know why he's not here tonight, but
I
where
said
is he
it.
when
I
you need
said it
him?
last. I said it last round several times.
I missed it.
Just
I
you.
missed it. My head was very out of the gutter.
Yeah.
Mike, you passing?
I'm passing, yeah.
All right, I pass.
All right.
Nobody floats anywhere.
Yeah.
On to Mike.
We pay privates, right?
Nope, I didn't hit it.
Okay.
Now I hit
we
it.
got it. All right. So I'll lay.
All
Well,
nice.
I'm gonna buy in the mine.
Why didn't you do that last OR?
I wanted the extra $10. $10 in my hands, not in the company. Because I can only. I guess I could have got another share. I don't know.
You see these eyebrows? They're going.
I don't know.
Cheers.
That's a whole share. The share might not be worth $10.
Would it have been? I don't
know. I'm saying
think
it might
so.
not have been.
Would have gotten Katie or whatever. Anyways, doing that, and then I'm running for 50. Another track. That and
Let me call these idiots up.
run for 50.
Okay. I
Full pay.
will.
Buy another 2. 80.
I can't afford to go around Chicago, right? I'll lay that. I will run for 40. I'm not spend money. Full pay. Man, I really don't even want to buy another 2. Full greed, I guess. There's only 6 threes, right?
Yeah, there's 6 threes and there's 4 fours,
4
which is
fours.
and only
Yeah.
3 fives, which is whew, a little crazy.
8.
I mean, I have to buy a 2. The 2s will run. I mean, it'll run twice. The question is, do I really want to spend that 80? Because I have to do like a tiny bit of math.
Okay, so if I were to lay a token and I make my connection, do I also get to put down my connection token? Or do I have to wait?
No, you have to. It's just your token step.
Okay.
Oh, that's why I should. Oh, right. Yeah, I can't hit that. Right. Okay, that's fine. Those shares make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I bought that too. I'm sorry. You're up, Zach.
Okay.
Fine.
Yep. They'll lay there.
We'll
do that.
Oh, this is a fucking
So-
dumb tile. What's this fucking gentle?
So is this like Is it like 70 where I have to have the train to be able to hit it before
Nope.
I can make that connection?
Nope. You can
Okay,
just token it. It's literally it's not a destination. It's just a token that is always worth double whenever you run to it.
got it. All right. I will token there for right now. That seems silly. That seems like greed. That seems like straight greed. I'm not going to do that. That's
Not a bad
crazy.
thing. All right, to be greedy
Dude, I don't.
sometimes.
Remember, you have these additional lays as well.
Yeah, can I use those now?
I don't think so.
Or does
You
my
can.
company have to buy them
I
in?
thought you had to buy in
Oh,
first.
right, you have to buy them in. I'm an asshole. I apologize.
Yeah, that's not, no, it makes sense. All right.
Nope. Yep. You're an asshole. You're an asshole. But it does mean next turn you can hit your
I can do
offboard twice. Oh no,
yeah,
you can't because it's only a 2 train. Silly 2 trains.
silly 2 trains.
I think if you're planning to hit this offboard for 60, you definitely token it, and if you're not planning to do it, then you don't token it. I just summarized the obvious, but it feels good.
But that's kind of where I was at. That's kind of what I was thinking. So I'm gonna do it.
I
And
know what I would fucking do.
I feel like it feels good. Let's spend that money, and then let's spend another 40. But first, it's gonna run. We'll move that token over
I moved them all
now.
over. Yeah.
Move that boy
Oh yeah, run for 50.
there.
Okay.
They run for 50. Boom.
Yeah, so I should have held. Yeah.
Full pay. And then it buys the 2, which is fine. And then we're where we're at. So
On
cool.
to Zach in the SR.
On to me. It's me.
It's me, Zachary.
It's me. I'm gonna buy another mic share.
I feel like you could like
good.
aggressively sell down in this game.
At
On to
60.
Mike.
I'll buy.
Big Rock Island Boys.
I'll buy a key.
Whoa! No! Look at these goobers selling each other out. Here's me over here running for fucking 70. Man, now the question is, does the big sea island just skip the threes altogether and just buy in and run twos? All right. What's 68 times 2?
It'd be 136.
136. So you couldn't price protect, but then I would just not have shares to buy. I'd buy one Katie share. Zach's gonna run for more, 60, 80, 100, but it doesn't matter because I'm already out of hand. Never gonna buy that. That's clean. That's clean right there. He wrote it up when he did all the math before the game. I'll go third. That's how I feel about going third. All right, I'm done.
Cool.
I think I'm happy with what happened.
You gotta pass. Gotta pass.
Didn't see that coming.
Nope.
No, fuck.
I don't hate it. I just didn't see it
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass.
What? Okay. How much can you buy in right now? That would be
I
40.
can buy
80.
in
Oh my god.
180,
260 and 40, 300.
Okay.
Yeah. We can rob this bitch. And you know what? I can save a little bit.
I shouldn't have bought that 2. No, that would be stupid if I didn't buy the 2.
think,
Sometimes when you play this game, you wonder how it ever ends because like there's one train by.
Yeah.
I think I buy a Katie and then I flip both of them. So get Katie back.
That's fucking rude. That's not what I wanted to happen at all.
So Katie drops 2. I can't sell just one because then Zach would just get another share. Why would he want it to happen?
That was a pretty rude dude move. You didn't even.
It was
I mean,
rude.
I could have done that. I could
So
have
you
done
just
that, like even
sell.
maniacal thing.
You're just selling 2 Katie's.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
He
Yep.
bought and sold.
Yep.
I do something. I nope. I think I do this. Okay, I think I do that. On to Zach.
I think Joe's comfortable taking the Katie, which means it's a good thing. I think we talked about in the last episode. Is it a good thing to dump the Katie?
I don't think you're gonna dump it right now. That's all.
No.
And I
No, no,
think
no, 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 not now.
if Mike wants to pass with $199, I'm fine.
Yeah. I'm gonna redeem Katie.
Crazy, crazy.
I think that's pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's crazy. I
think it's
like it.
smart. I
I mean, I
think I
don't
really
like it.
like it. Final Rock
Pass,
Island.
pass, 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 pass. To Zach.
I mean, and Mike, you said you bought Rock Island.
Yeah.
Well, that's way too much money. I'll take that
All
money
right.
back. Spend that money. I will just pass. I'll pass.
Mike, who just can't buy shares.
Love it, right?
Yep. So
Well,
Mike passes.
you can make a decision, Mike.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Are you passing?
I'm passing. It's the worst. The worst. You guys just have
Brutal.
so much private money to buy in. So now I'm just gonna fall behind just a little bit.
All right.
Luckily, it's only one
Zach
OR. So
floats up. Mike floats up. Big Rock does nothing. Pay privates. On to Mike.
I'm gonna lay just right there because I'll have 3. Why not? So I lay that. I run for 100. Sold out, right? Hey.
Dude, are there no straight fucking... Oh, Jesus Christ, thank God. I fucking covered the
Straight
tits.
ditch.
Yeah, I covered them. I was
That
like,
would
oh
be
my God.
that would be a time.
93.
I'm just gonna prep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Signs. I'm good.
All right, I laid that track. I am not gonna have enough money to lay Chicago, so I have to leave $3. brutal. I have to leave $4, so I'm not totally. No, I can leave $3. Okay. Okay. So then 20 and 20 is enough money to lay Chicago.
Oh.
All right. Here I am. Bought a 3, laid that thing, ran it for 70, bought a 3. Which I don't even like. There's like no world in which I shouldn't buy a 3, right? That seems just fucking wrong.
Pretty bad.
But if I open the FBR, it doesn't matter. I don't need that $3. Other options are opening the Sioux that I can't really help. Opening this thing to run up there. Opening the UP, which feels pretty good. Just run for fucking 60 and 20. Run for 80 with a 2. I don't know what it's doing after that. So maybe I'll probably just open this. Which means I don't need the $3. And it'll probably operate. This is going here. Yeah, so I do need the $3. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Buy in the Western Land Grants. For $1.80. I could have looked at that, but okay. So there's that. It's going to use that turn there. And then it's west of Mississippi token there. Put that way up there. It will then run its 2 2s for that's 60, 80, 140.
120,
Should be
right?
80 and 40. Yeah, 120.
Yeah. Oh, 120. My bad.
Did you
My
put
bad.
did you pay 50?
50.
So put that
To
token
Oh,
in
I
there.
didn't pay 50 yet. Yeah. I'll pay 50 for that.
Yep. I'll just do the token while we're here.
You did it. Cool.
And you got to
And
pay
that
out
might.
120.
Oh, yeah. 120. Which will. Oh. Hmm. So Joe's gonna start UP.
Yeah. I think I'm going to start the FBQ.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels bad. It feels bad to not run trains for double. But if I have 2 companies that hit Chicago, that's basically the same thing, right? It's like an
Yeah.
off board. It's basically an off board you don't have to pay for, but
Right.
you take like a little bit of hit.
Now my decision is whether I pay full, pay half. If I pay half, I can get that 3, and then I can run
Oh, you can't get a
more.
3 right now.
Yeah.
Oh, because we bought you out. Yeah, that was important.
Yep.
The other option is pay yourself $20 less.
Not even $15 left.
Hey, $15 less.
Not to be so greedy, Zach. Come on.
Let's pay half.
Oh my gosh, I hate everything you just did.
So rude. As a shareholder, I have to say that sucks.
I have several shares of that company. I would have just bought more shares of Mike's company. I couldn't. All right, on to
and
the
then I buy that.
SR. I definitely have to dump. Mike, your company is probably still good. Like, I think I'd still take it dumped on me, right? All right, so I definitely have to sell one of these. So that gets pinged for. Yeah, I'm now. I shouldn't even have sold my company. Like, that even sucks that I sold my 1 share. That was just a terrible buy. Okay, so that gets pinged. Maybe that happens or not. It'll kick to Zach.
Yeah.
I'm going to. Is there any world in which I want to sell Mike's share? I don't think so. I think I would just take that company. I mean, Mike. It would let Mike float. Mike can float anyway, right?
Yeah.
This would let me protect the Rock Island, which I kind of want to do, which is a good enough reason, I think. I guess I could protect Rock Island anyway, and then just buy out. Um, 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 um. Is FBQ? Yeah. What fucking color is it in this? Why do I keep thinking it's the Burlington? Where is it? Oh, it's this. Okay.
It is the Burlington.
Okay.
The
I'm
CBQ.
gonna take that. I'm gonna part it something. Do I want
These are
to?
things we do.
Do I want to sell this share? Do I want to sell this share? Do I want to sell this share? I want the share. I want it pretty badly. Mike could dump it on me. Yeah, it would have 180. It would probably run its twos. It would go 1, 2, 3. Would it probably? Oh yeah, it would probably run its twos. It would probably run its twos again. Withhold by a 4 and have a 4 and a 3. That feels pretty fucking good. That feels pretty good, right? And being yellow. There's almost no way it couldn't run its twos, based on the fact that together we can't buy a 4. And there's 3 threes. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep Mike's share. I'll sell Zach's share. Go 478. I will go. Man, but is it worth? Oh, can I get to 76? Yeah, we'll go 76 with the Burlington route. Is there any world in which I want to go higher? Probably not, because I want all these shares and I'm being greedy. Okay, cool. On to Zach. Oh no, Zach, you can price protect. I'm sorry.
That's yeah. I think now because you guys are out of my company, there's no chance to dump it on you. I'm going to go ahead and price protect.
So this just stays at 64, and Zach spends 64. That's Zach's
Yep.
turn. So now it's on to Mike. But that is your turn in the SR.
Yep.
Gives Mike some freedom.
Oh. Alright.
Sally, that means Rock Island's twos probably. Oh no, because you might not withhold and buy a 4. You want the twos to run. Okay.
I will double
Oh, but it
breeze
can,
for
I was gonna say, are you gonna sell enough to float? Crazy world. A lot of smells.
yeah, I should probably. I could also, yeah, because I could also redeem and then threaten dumping on you, because I could just sell one of my shares to my company, which will take money out. Then you would, then maybe start another company. But that's all you can do. You can just redeem, right?
You could redeem.
Yeah.
Ironically, I could then reissue, buy it, sell it,
Oh
and
yeah,
no
that's
money
true.
would leave the no
That's true.
money
I forgot
would
about
leave.
that. I forgot the yeah.
Actually, it would lose some money because it would redeem. It would reissue at 68, and you redeem it at 76. But yes, you would redeem, and then I'd probably have to sell. I mean, I don't know. The 322 is gonna run for way more, right?
Yeah. Well, all right. So I'm gonna sell these two, which is boring. So that's what
Oh, but it can't even run all 3 of its
132.
trains. It can only run 2 trains.
No, it's gonna. Roll.
How? Am I too stupid? You're gonna token this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I want to start by the Milwaukee. Yeah, let's start that one.
Do I even want to protect this? Probably. For how much? 68. Hopefully I have the $4 extra.
4. Hard at 72.
So you protected, and I'm protecting.
You're both protecting?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll just buy another Milwaukee.
Wait, there might be no world in which I can protect. I'm sorry.
Alright.
I can't, right? I have to be ahead of you still. Okay, this idiot just goes down.
But
Yeah, I
Zach
can't.
still.
I can't.
Okay.
And then if Zach does, it
And it's
just
still.
fucking skips me.
Yep.
So I have to. Right. And I know Zach is planning to do it, so I'm not like a big cheater. So I have to protect it, and then I'm gonna have to sell your fucking share.
Damn it.
He said angrily. Oh, I'm not happy. Okay, so Zach's protecting you by.
Yeah.
The only way to flip it would be like I'd have to sell it anyway, like so you'd have to protect it. All right, so I'll buy one of these to Zach.
All right. Well,
Oh, I should have another. Whoops.
No, you're
No,
right now.
no.
Yeah, you're right.
I
I don't
just
know if you
I
did you
need the
do the math
money.
and you spend.
I
Okay.
spend too many times, yeah.
Okay.
let's sell one NORPAC share. Or not NORPAC. Yeah, is it NORPAC? That's NORPAC. Yep. One NORPAC for, what's that right now?
76.
76. We're going to sell one NORPAC, and then I'm going to buy a Burlington.
A Burlington?
That changes my life.
All right, that's take. And then 72.
76. What you're buying the company I'm currently floating?
Yeah.
That's 76.
Okay.
I'm just gonna buy that here.
Yep.
I'm not price protecting, so it should fall down the NORPAC.
On to you, Mike.
Already done. It's on to you.
I'm gonna buy a Burlington. On to Zach.
I'm going to pass.
Milwaukee.
I'll buy a Burlington and it floats. So it technically doesn't have any money right now, but I'm doing this anyway.
All right. Buying a Burlington.
Milwaukee, it floats.
Pass.
Buying a Burlington. And then I'm going to sell 3 Burlington.
Rude Zach. Rude Zach! God. Oh,
Gotta go
rough.
for it.
On to Mike.
I'm gonna pass.
will trade. So this is exactly what we talked about in the teach. I can't redeem with the Burlington because it technically is no money, even though it legally could redeem. I will pass. I don't even want to pass. I want to take that. I want to swap that, but I guess I don't. I'll pass. Nah, fuck. I do want to swap it. I have to swap this. It's gonna run for more, right? 1, 2. No, it'll be like comparable. Actually, this will run for more. Okay, I'm happy. Never mind. I'm happy. I pass.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a better share.
Mike passes.
Oh, it's on to you. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Buying that. And passes all around. And Mike, you started that at 72.
72, yep.
You, Mike.
Oh,
Or
oh
you
I'm
gonna
passing,
pass?
passing. Yep.
Yeah, I pass.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna
He's just,
buy.
yeah, I'm passing.
And then I'll dump those 3.
Why not 4?
4, I don't. I feel like 2 away from yellow is better than 1 away from yellow.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. We will have 2 ORs.
Yeah. But it makes a conscious decision to like, all right, I really have to fucking push this that direction.
Yeah,
That
yellow
was
in your
my.
second company can be bad.
I mean, this is my second play, so don't
No,
know.
yeah. It would make it easier because then he could just fucking. I mean, actually, he will be yellow. He can just
Yeah, it's just gonna fall back.
half pay. It's interesting.
Yeah. And
I don't know if I can
then
though,
that's
because
that.
I'm behind.
You lose so much tempo doing that.
Yeah, that's the problem.
All right, and then I'm already last, so I'm gonna take 1 share. Big Rock Island.
Oh shit. Well, I have to sell. Wait. After you sell, I have to sell because I can't. Oh no, I don't. There's something in the. Okay, I actually don't. I don't have to until Mike does something.
Yeah.
And by Big Rock is where on the board? It's at
Market is
68. Yeah,
68.
68.
Yeah,
Yeah. Cool.
You bought it from the market,
Yeah.
it's cheaper from the IPO.
and it also is worse.
Nope, it's the same. It's just
It's the
worse for
same,
me
it's
from the
just worse for the
IPO,
show.
right?
Yeah, that's a point.
If you're being rude, you might as well just
I'll just
lean
go
into
forward.
it.
On
Go
to
forward.
Mike.
Still passing.
Oh, right, because if you redeem, then I just don't have to sell because I have priority. Right.
Yeah, if I had
I
done it
mean,
earlier, but while Zach was doing all this stuff.
on to Zach.
Oh, it's the same amount of money.
But I don't think
It's
I
hard.
want to do
It's like
that
6.
quite yet.
Yeah.
We're like, if it was the next SR, definitely.
Yeah, it's
But this
definitely.
one,
Yeah, it's hard.
Um, fuck. I think I'm done. I feel like that's probably good for this round. I'll pass with a bunch of money.
On to Mike.
passing.
And there is a rock island here, right? Yeah. Or whatever Mike has. Okay.
Yeah.
We're good. All right.
Can't sell
Green
now.
floats up. Green floats up. Start with Mike and your company, the Northern.
Yep. Oh.
Oh, pay private. Sorry. There we go.
That's awkward. I thought they were actually I can still do this, right? Because I can delay that. I can upgrade this. Like, it's not as terrible. There's no more
What
Trump
are you
cities or
gonna pay?
anything.
You're gonna
Yeah,
pay with the boys?
I'm gonna pay it $30.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, no, you're gonna say something.
What?
I see. I'm probably gonna have to half pay because that's $30, right? Yeah.
With you guys in your half
And
pays.
this is 40. I know. So I can run all three. So this would be.
But running all three and half paying has to be worse than not running all three and full paying, right?
It would be well. It depends. It's where the money's going, right?
Oh, right. If you want it in the company, sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's mostly because I think I could buy a three. This then be really good because I think I want two
But
threes in this.
you could buy a three if you didn't do it, and you get stock bumps.
I could. What will the difference be? Minus
So it's
$30.
really just whether you want stock appreciation or not. I think it's probably close, right? Like this is 120, and when you run all three of them, is
This
it
is
240?
50. This is 170 if I run all three now.
And it's 120 if you run just two. Nope, it's even more. It's 120 and 20. It's 140.
Oh yeah, it'd be 140. Well, this wouldn't be upgraded.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. If you just do that upgrade, yeah. But if you don't, it's what
How much is this? 40
seven,
bucks.
70
Yeah.
and 50. It's 120.
So sad. Maybe I just full pay, full greed. Going next.
Me.
Me, then the Katie, then Rock Island. I guess I.
No, it's you then the Rock Island.
Oh yeah, then the Rock Island and Katie. I guess this is fine. I guess I'll full pay that. So do all that stuff. We'll full pay. So that's uh that number we just said. So it's 50, 60, 60. So 170.
It's a lot of money.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I'll do that. $4.
Can't do that. We can't do that. Don't want to do that. So we'll probably do that.
That's the
All right.
one.
So he'll lay that. He'll spend his 40. He'll run for 70 and 40. 110. Move on up to the right. Run 110. It's like I don't know how to use anything. Full pay. Still Rock Island shares, just chilling up there. Probably it for him. Can't buy a train. Can't do nothing. On to the Katie.
Doesn't want to lay like that. No other way is like that. Alternative is like this. Not my favorite, but upgrade like that. Katie gets to run for, that's going to be 30, 40. That'll be 100. And then running for 80. So 180, 230.
It's a lot of money.
That is a crazy amount of money.
Zach's got a lot of
No,
those
no,
shares.
spend that money. Don't want that. I want to pay. That's What just happened? Hey, Sonny. Hey, full. We did it. We did it, boys. I got there.
You sure you don't want to withhold?
I'm pretty sure I
Yeah.
don't want to withhold.
230, right?
Pretty sure.
Gross.
Pretty fucking
Pretty
sure.
sure.
Moves up.
All right. CBQ is gonna fall back. And its token is basically the same. Oh, someone or so there's still just 3 3s. That's fucking crazy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna like, fucking get. I don't want another 3. I guess maybe I do. I feel like the late 3s are fucking bad in this game. But maybe they're not.
I think Zach
Oh,
not starting a company made them like extremely good. Just all of them.
Yeah.
yeah. So I probably do want this second. Like, my question is, do I want another 3 in here? And the answer is probably yeah. But I desperately want the 4s to like you and I desperately want the 4s to break.
Yeah.
Cause whoa. But I don't know if we
Whoa.
can break them.
We can.
I mean I don't. What?
I said we can.
3, 3. Oh yeah, you get the other 3, and then
Yeah.
I have to buy a 4.
Yeah.
And I get to run my 2s again. That's not bad. That's
That
not a
seems pretty
bad
good,
deal.
right? I think that is
All
the
right.
point of them.
Anyway, this Chicago was laid. I get to lay some yellow. I technically get to lay 2 yellow, right? I don't get 2 actions. I think it's I get to lay 2 yellow. Let's see. Let's see. Laying track. 1 yellow tile or upgrade 1 track. The company must be able to. The first time the company operates, it may lay 2 yellow tiles. Okay. So, do I want to lay this yellow or do I just want to do this upgrade? That doesn't make any sense because it doesn't. Oh yeah, I
Oh,
guess I can legally do that, right?
I'm an idiot, by the way. I'm gonna go ahead and
There we
swap
go.
it out because I should have done that after I
There we
upgraded.
go.
If that's
But
all
I
right.
probably want to do this.
Flipping on in there.
So I want to lay these boys. He's done the math. I have to put its home token down. He's done the math. And we will do that. All right, we did the math. I will put this free. Yep, because that looks like a good piece of track. So I will put that down. We'll just never go to brown ever, probably. I will buy. I have to buy a 3. That's 180. Take money. Spend money. I will buy a 2. That'll be for some amount of money. Enough to get a 4. 300. I ran for 110, but I'm gonna run. Jesus, sorry guys. So I'll have $2. What is this? Oh, this is my St. Louis token that I'm never gonna use. I'm gonna have $2. I'm gonna have $2, and I'm gonna run for fucking what are these? 50 apiece. I'm gonna run for 110. Oh, I'll run for 100. Oh my gosh! All right, come on, brain. Sorry, everyone watching this on repeat. 50 plus 50 plus 20 plus 10 plus 50. I'm going to run for 180. I'm going to make 2 of those is 36. I'll have $38. I'll have $38 and I need to get 2. So we'll say I have 37, 300 minus 37. We fucking did it. Let's just pretend I did it right. And if I didn't do it right, I'm going to move some more money over. I don't know why I didn't just say that fucking forever ago. Okay. 263. 263. And no one can really interfere with what I'm doing. So if I mess it up, I'll fix it. And that's it. On to whomever.
So you put how many? I'm guessing you did the math. So you put just enough money in. So when you full pay with the Rock Island, you're gonna be
Correct.
able
I
to
can
buy
buy
the
a
4.
4.
Okay.
Yeah. And if I messed up, that was my intention. So I just did the math wrong. So I'm just moving the money. Because no one can steal the Chicago tile, which is the only. the only tile that
Right,
that
because
matters.
it does make some sort of a difference. Because like I could do this, try to get in on it. Like you can't really use your turn to block me out, right?
Yeah. I just meant that's like my intention to put
Okay.
that amount of money.
All right.
Like, there's no way that I can't run for
Yeah.
whatever the money would be correctly.
Yeah. Guess I could do that. Okay. So yeah, falls back, does that. I buy a 3. 80. And
I'm gonna leave that tile. It's hilarious.
ugh, I don't want to, but I kind of have to. We have to, Russ. Two
Gotta get rid
trains.
of them. It
They
sucks.
gotta go. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do this, but they all right, so I buy that over for I need 45, another 50 for the token, so 95. Oh, yeah. Token on the board.
All right,
That's it. Back to the top.
back to you.
I'll lay the stencil here. I'll place off-board
Pay
token for
private.
$50. Yes, that's
Yep.
also important. Oh, I guess I didn't need to move that much money. Forgot about that. I'm just gonna click $25 here.
We did it. I'll
We
have
did it.
$301. I did the math right. All right.
So
This is the risk. This is the risk.
I run a
I
3
think it
and
was worth
2.
it.
So this is
I think it was definitely worth it.
60, 80,
The only thing is you left
110,
yourself without shares, you know.
This
60
is
is
true.
still 170.
But it's not bad. But I mean, I also think these threes are probably good. Like, I'd rather be buying this 3 as Mike than me buying this 4. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true because this one train buy,
It makes it.
but it's not gonna get that much different now, you know. All right, are you
Sure.
good, Mike?
Yeah, we're good. I paid out. Move forward.
I mean, this was inevitably going to happen. I just had to get that one more run in, I feel
Yeah, I
like.
think it's probably worth it. All right. This guy upgrades here and tokens here because you have enough money to token if I don't token, right, Mike? Yeah. Tokens here. Really cuts off this poor idiot. Runs for whatever I said, so I have to spend the 40. Runs for
I should have bought that other Rock Island share
50
and
and
dumped it
50, and then
too.
50 and 10, 20. So
That
runs
would have
for
been
180,
the key.
spends 40, runs for 180, full pays, moves up, and then
That's got
bup,
so
bup,
much
bup,
money.
buys what's so much money?
Dax just has so much money.
Yeah, he does.
Gosh. All right, all the twos,
Buys
Rust.
A4. Okay, on to Zach with the Katie.
Me with the Katie.
Man, I wonder if just like withholding, like I wonder if that is right. It's like fucking withhold.
Lot of money.
Upgrade there. Boop.
Because I'm gonna give myself another $80.
And it'll run for 6120.
That's a lot less than
It is
23.
significantly less. Yeah. It'll pay full.
All right.
And we bumped it up or bumped it over.
Yep.
Cool.
FBQ is gonna lay this tile,
Oh, that's cool.
which is hilarious to me. It's gonna run for 100. It's gonna full pay, and then it's gonna buy in this bridge for 80. Nope. And then just force buy a 5 at some point, which is terrifying. Oh, for 80. Okay. Man, should I like not buy in the bridge so that I can float the fucking this thing and actually use it?
That'd be crazy.
No, probably. We'll see what happens. All right, I'm done.
All right. Milwaukee has to do this so it doesn't get cut out. Doesn't have to. Stupid, I think not to. Got a free train.
No, now you can upgrade Chicago. Get out of here. Leave Chicago alone. I'm gonna run that 80 for 100 a lot of times, so I'm not upset.
One, two, three. All right, so it's just gonna run for $50. Not a lot of dollars.
That's not a lot of dollars.
Gonna pay it though. We'll move
It's
forward.
got not a lot of dollars. Dollars it doesn't have. Okay. Oh, I gotta move this
And
guy over. Done?
has to buy one of these fours. Yeah, it's got to buy one
Buying
of
the
these four. Gotta.
4. Whoa. Whoa,
It's
whoa,
gotta.
whoa,
It's
whoa,
gotta.
whoa. I thought there was no way in ham it was buying a 4.
It has to. I don't think that's a choice.
Crazy. Crazy. All right, on to Mike in the SR.
Oh, and the SR. Whew. Buy one of these Rock Island chairs.
Rock Island.
68.
All of a sudden, fucking Bella the Ball. Big
It's pretty
C.
good.
All right, I have to sell this so that you don't get killed. I have to sell this so I don't get killed. It won't move, but we'll kick it to Mike at the end. So I'll take 82. Probably sell this green share, but I don't know if I'm going to. We're only in 2 SRs, right? Like maybe I did want to move this idiot back, you know? I actually might do that now. Probably. And then we'll go here. Or here. Let's see, 539. I think we'll just go as much as I can. Times 89. Ugh, brutal. So I'd have to sell one more thing or make one more dollar. Oof, oofers. Oh my gosh, right? 540 and I'm at 539. What a fucking dickhead. Ah, 82 it is. I don't think it's worth selling a share. Oh, I can only sell a share of it. So I can sell a share of green as well. Pick up 68. Yeah, you know, I don't hate that. Okay. And then start the UP probably. Feels right. Better than the Sioux. I mean, I can't really help the Sioux. Be a lot of work. I can't. I can only help this with the Rock Island. This basically has all its track built for it, so I'm gonna do that. You literally just have to go like this, Joe. 2.
Boom.
Then hey,
Pretty
you're
good.
almost there.
Spend that for Mike. Like buy that, and then just be done with your life. Okay. We'll do the Great Northern. That seems like a good play. Give Mike a little
What
bit
you
of
got?
money.
What do you
At
want to IPO?
90. Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna price protect that share though. 82.
You both can price protect. I
Oh,
will
so Zach
sell.
first then.
No,
I
I'll sell Zach first, then Mike. Yep.
That makes sense, but I will price protect.
Same.
You did price protect.
Yeah.
All right, and then to Mike.
Yep. Same.
So back to me.
That was at
I
76.
will take one of these. All right, done. To Zach.
Um, I'm gonna start the Yoop at 90.
Yeah, like the Yoop is better. Oh, I guess I could have just come down here too, but I think coming up is better than coming. It's like almost it's 6-1. This is more expensive. On to Mike.
Um, last Rock Island share out of the IPO.
No. Hey. I'll buy UP. Zach, you're gonna hit cert limit.
I'm going to redeem
Oh,
the Katie.
I like it.
love it.
Take money, spend money.
Shit. I might do that. Ah, I didn't even think of that. Instead of fucking selling, I could have just redeemed. Ah, you dingus. Oh no, I couldn't have. I have 3 idiots in the. Yeah, right.
In
I could.
there.
Yeah. On to Mike.
Pass.
See, the other thing I thought was you selling and not and getting the third, like the company that you wanted, like getting not the Mopac, basically. But I
Yeah.
guess there you can have. I guess the Sioux is still good for you, Mike.
It is, yeah.
It's got a lot of track to get to where it wants to go, and it's all at one track build. I mean, he can build with, yeah, 4-pack.
Yeah, the Norpac's pretty much done with its build. It's got like
Yeah, it's done its thing.
I might get 4 companies this game. I don't
it's
think I have
possible.
enough cert. I don't have enough cert space for that, right?
If you yellow FW.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna yellow the
Yeah,
FBQ. Yeah, I
Oh,
will.
sorry.
and that's how you do it.
Is it just a different railroad than what's in 70?
That's what I was wondering too.
Like, why do I keep calling it the FBQ? That's what it is in 70, right?
That is. It's the Fort Worth. Burlington. It's got the same
Have the same logo.
logo. That's why.
It's
All
on
right,
to
who's
you, Mike.
I'm passing.
all right.
Yeah.
Just not saying anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're supposed to just read my mind and just know that I am just gonna sit here and pass like a sad boy.
I did something wrong
All
because I 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, I'm good. Okay. All right, on to Zach.
right, buying oop.
Mike pass.
Yep.
All right, so this guy is floated. This is your money.
And then I buy oop.
Mike passes.
I was thinking that Joe, you bought UP, but I think you meant to say that you bought Great Northern.
Yeah, I definitely didn't buy UP. Sorry.
I was like, for a second there. Like, do I need to make sure I'm paying attention to how much I buy?
I don't buy a 2 train. I will probably buy an FB out of the market or a CBQ. I'm not gonna call it the right thing. You're gonna pay with that, right, Mike? So maybe I buy that. Take me to 16. Um, it's not gonna pay very much, is it? What's it got? A 3 and a 4?
Uh-huh.
What can you do? Token here. Once we get to Chicago, that'll be pretty good. Token here. Run that.
What
That was the
just
play.
happened?
Yeah. What happened?
Uh, Nothing. I'm trying to make a decision.
No,
No, someone threw off my cert.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not
It's
good.
all at the edge of the table.
Oh, there's the charter exploding. I see the shadow. Here it comes.
Did I control Z for a while?
Oh, I'm gonna catch it.
Oh, I got it.
I got it.
You got it. All
Okay,
right.
excellent. That was silly.
So yeah, this is super interesting. I FBQ is gonna withhold almost assuredly. So do I want the 6 share of that right now? Probably not, because I think I'll be able to get it because there's a bunch of shares out. So I'm gonna buy Mike's share, which I don't think is gonna withhold, and spend some money on it. All right, I'm done. To Zach.
All right. And buying
Oh wait, Zach, you're
UP.
not. Some of these aren't pieces of paper,
Okay.
right? Like,
Yeah, that's supposed to go into.
well, he hasn't bought that in yet.
Oh, he
Yeah.
hasn't.
No,
No.
there we go.
Oh, so we can then. So,
Yeah. Well, once he redeemed, right?
yeah, we didn't need to. We didn't want to.
Right.
Correct. Yeah, you can undo that if you desperately want to. Oh, he needed the money though, I guess. I don't know. It's Zach's turn.
Okay. I
Yeah,
bought
you can
the.
you can undo that if you would like.
I'm good.
It's your turn again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Back to me. God. Buying 6 share of UP and it floats.
Passing.
Pass.
Okay.
Zach's got to spend money now.
And yeah, I'm gonna spend it. Jeez. Jeez. I'll I'll pass.
Oh,
All right.
Mike,
I'm passing.
pass. Zach floats up wherever that is. Man, Old Rock Island couldn't float up. Come on, man, you're so close. Um, that's it. Pay privates and on to this 90.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
Yep.
The
At
90s.
90. Okay. We will spend 40. Do I want to point it like? No, I think I just want the straight come down, I guess. I don't even know if this company has any future except for up there. So we'll spend 40. We'll do this. That's our 2-track lays. Put our home down. Spend our $40. Buy a 4. Guess we have to. I don't know if I want a token or not. Probably not. Because I'll just run 1, 2, 3, 4 for a bit. And then eventually I'll token here and run 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm done.
Okay, up.
Okay. All right. UP lay straight home. And correct, these are just laying 1 track.
You can lay 2.
It gets 2?
Yeah.
Yep.
Guess that's 40. So it's gonna pay. Spend money. It'll pay 80. Get there. That's all of the
All of
straight.
No,
So lay every single fucking one. My bad.
it's
Lay
cool. It's
a
cool. We don't
straight.
worry about it.
They don't care. There we go. Does that. It's gonna fall back, which I believe has been done because Joe's a good guy. And then it's gonna buy the 4.
Okay.
Oh, I have so many 4s that I don't want.
Yep.
On to Mike.
All right. So
Soon to be so
will
many 5s that I don't want.
create this.
Oh, that's a mensch move.
I'm
It doesn't matter.
helping us
I
out.
think I need to buy that before I
You
can
do.
token.
Yeah, you don't
Oh,
have
but
a
I
route
will
that
buy
goes
it.
through. Yeah, you want to probably.
Yeah, it's my yellow. Yeah.
All right, so then I run, so that's 60, 90, 120. Then, so 200.
Still running nice. Still running nice.
Pay out. Move up.
Onto the Katie.
Yep.
80 will upgrade.
Upgrade.
Upgrade. That's the one I want to do.
2Ds for double dose.
I don't want that one. I'm gonna do that guy. It's Bader.
You want to hit that single little dit over there?
You know,
Nice town.
I'm for Slinkin, but that seems like taking Slinkin to the extreme. Let's just hit. We're not hitting bits tonight. I mean, I guess I still am. There's that, and then it's
Hey.
gonna use it. It's gonna
Hey,
use
I
its
know that
last
show.
west. Hey, I know people on that show. I know 1 or 2 of them peoples.
Oh, you're using one
All
of
right,
the
it's
West
gonna do
tokens.
that.
Got it.
Yeah, use
Smart.
one of the West
Click.
tokens. Get there, and then it's gonna run the 3 again for that 120. Because that's what it's gonna do. Do that, and let's keep it going.
Do I lay the tight? That actually gets me more money.
Oh
'Cause I
wait. I'm gonna buy in a private. I'm gonna buy in that 40. Sorry.
And then this guy just has like nothing to do. Doesn't do anything. So that picks up 30. The other option is to upgrade this. I don't think I want to do. So it just picks up less money. So this guy runs 50, 50, 30, 50, 10, 20, 20. So 23. Pretty fucking good. Not 23. Pay full. The FBQ just probably does nothing. Guess probably just steals this upgrade. There's just no reason to do anything, right? Does nothing. Yeah, I think it just does nothing. Withholds 130. Falls back. That's it. On the mic.
I'll 3.
Man. Hey man, thanks.
It's technically the Milwaukee's destination's way up there in the corner too, so I guess I want to do that.
Oh geez. I didn't know that.
Yeah. The pipe dream, but maybe. Alright, so it's 40. Then I run a 3 and a 4, so 4 is the 110, and then is 50. So 160. I will. It's sad. I was gonna have pay them. Alright.
You half pay?
I'm half paying, yeah.
Rude.
Super rude.
Back to the top.
Yep.
With probably these
GNR.
guys.
Yeah,
These guys.
GNR first. Ooh, no. Yeah.
Oh.
Katie and Norpac go first.
The Norpac goes first. I just fucked it up.
Yeah. No, that's.
Yeah.
I should have said it the other way.
3 better. Or does it make no difference? I think it's slightly better. So 90, 80, yeah, 210. Full pay. Wait, pay privates, right?
Yep, good point.
Onto the 80.
80 is gonna. We'll upgrade. Not that one. It's the other one.
Mike, what are you gonna do if a 6
No.
gets bought?
Doesn't matter.
Cross my fingers and die.
I mean, I guess you get to float.
I get to float something.
Man, do I float
Right there.
another company?
Well,
And then it runs
you could. Oh my
again.
goodness. That'd be
think I
so much control.
I think I just do, right?
That'd be crazy. Yeah.
Yep. There we go. Yep.
What did you do, Zach? You gave yourself one. What did you do?
I paid. I just laid the one track there, ran the 120, called it a day.
All right, you just get $120. Right.
Yeah.
Onto UP, right? Or onto me, onto this guy,
Onto you.
or Rock Island. No, onto Rock Island. Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Rock
That's
Island's cool. He's
Rock
cool.
Island did its. Rock Island already went, so it's on
No,
to.
it didn't. Rock Island didn't go yet. Sorry.
It was supposed to. Oh, is it before?
It
Yeah,
go,
yeah, because it's further
no,
right.
you're good.
Got it. Yep.
Yeah,
No,
you're
you're
good.
right. Yep.
There are no K's left, right? I guess we probably want to connect into that if we can. So it should run for just a bit more. Probably should have done the math already, but here I am. 130 and 50, 10, 30, and 30 is 25. So he runs for 20. Yeah, right. I had it typed in already. He runs for 25. He'll full pay. He moved up. This guy is gonna spend a bunch of money, move up. Mike, take 40 into your company.
Woo.
Like I really just wanted it to close. Couldn't get it to close.
So close. I was like, am I getting my $40?
Spend 80, spend 40. Do I need to put that token? I know I need to token.
You probably want to,
I
right?
can't token here because it's 2 fucking times. That sucks.
Yeah, it's 2 tokens. So you
1,
can't do it on the same turn.
2, 3, 4. And if I token there, I can't actually run out of it.
Not
I
this
can't reach.
turn, no.
Um,
Or 4.
the other thing is, do I just not hit this and just lay that? No, I definitely want to hit that. Okay. So I probably won't token because I don't think there's any danger. I'm gonna have a 5, so I don't actually need to even lay that token because it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this will probably buy a 4 down. Okay, so I'll just do that. I'll run for 60, 90, and so I'll run for 11. Not very much. Okay. Run for 11, buy a 5. So we're now in brown. And then I don't know if I want to move money around. So we're at 2 trains.
No one's at risk.
So I can't move money around. So I'm just gonna be train locked for a bit, which I think is okay. All right, on to Zach.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
privates don't pay money, right? That's it. We still
Yeah,
roll the tokens
correct.
and stuff.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
my privates don't close.
Oh,
My
They just
yeah.
privates
don't pay.
do. It does. It won't pay. Okay. So I can still buy in that last private.
No, you can't.
Can't. It's
No,
P2. No.
you can't. I'll read it, but basically, you can't buy in a private after the 5. It just like
Okay.
exists so that you can lay a tile.
He probably would
Got
have
it.
done that, right? Last round.
Yeah, you can fix it
Yeah.
if you want.
Yeah.
Just give
Stop paying at
back.
phase 5.
Oh, you don't even give back the $10.
yeah.
Oh fuck, we fucked up anyway. Zach, you missed. You should have $10. This is the thing you're supposed to keep in your hand, not this.
Got it.
So take $20 probably. No, take 10. Yeah, take $20. I'm sorry.
Okay.
There we go.
Cool.
And now this goes. I think it stops paying now. I'll read it while you
Okay.
do your turn.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll upgrade to brown. I'll upgrade Kansas City.
Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
So these can come out of charters because they don't pay anymore.
UP is gonna run. Oh, it's gonna drop its token. Its destination.
The question was like, do I not want to run? The question was, does this not want a 5? Like,
So
do I
that's
really
gonna
want
run.
2 5s?
now that we're in brown. So that's going to be 80, 110, 160, 190.
I think I probably do. Like, even though it means I'll have a single train on one run.
It's page 50. Spend that money. Then run for 190. Let's pay full. I'll grab a 5.
Did you spend the 120 out of here?
For the credit,
Yeah.
I didn't because we said it closed.
No, we said you could if you wanted to.
Oh, if I wanted to, okay.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. So 1 second. Let's do a little bit of
Yeah, you could pay the full 80
Yeah.
out and still have money to buy the 5, right?
yeah.
You can spend up. You can buy it for up to 120. So
Oh,
Right.
yeah,
No,
that's true. Oh,
I'm just gonna
you do
spend
96.
80 because I want that. I want the 5 actually.
Gonna leave that $16 in there
Yeah.
for a rainy
Yep.
day.
For a rainy day.
Now you
I'll
probably
take
want that
that one.
token, so that makes sense at some point. So.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
soon tight.
All right. Thank you.
You're good, man.
Cool. All right.
Okay.
And then
Mike, and then me.
Um. Or what does Chicago go to? Would be $100 for that token. To so I'm thinking, should I upgrade this now and just open the MOPAC and have like a guaranteed way to get into Chicago with it? Because I know you're going to upgrade on your turn, but then I lose a little cash because I don't upgrade it now and I can hit it. Not that much. It's $10. I think I'd rather guarantee that get into Chicago with this other company. I don't want to token it out, so I'll just upgrade that, and then I just run. So the 4 runs for 80, 130, another 50, so 180. I'll have to pay again.
I only have 5 shares. That's kind of brutal. That would have been a reason to have the 6 share so that I can half pay and sell. Know what I mean?
Yo.
Yep.
Actually, I'm gonna full pay because I don't think it'll matter. What do I do? I do negative 180.
Yeah.
And then I do 180. Pay. Little bump up. Won't make it. This next SR at least.
Okay, if I bring that to brown, it's just more money, right? It's 140, and if I bring it to brown, it's like 40, 70, 20, and 30. Which has to be more. It's 160 versus 140. Mike would have to use a track point. I'm gonna open a company. Mike's gonna open a company. Will this get to go before? I I guess if I do this, I can go up there. Just hit this twice. That seems better. Okay, we will upgrade this. Sorry, Loop. You don't do anything, buddy. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do this.
Yeah, but it has to maintain its.
Yeah. Then maybe I don't want to do that.
Oh yeah, because then you can only hit it once, right?
Yeah, I can't really run. Well, I can hit it twice. It's just
Oh, duh. Yeah.
not as nice, you know. 70. Well, I mean, but to be fair, 70 times 2 is pretty close to 50 times 3. Like,
It's pretty close.
so we'll do that. We will run for more, whatever. 110, 130, 160. Okay. Oh, it's only a 3.
It's only 3. Yeah.
So that's 1. So it was running for 140, and now it's running for. I'm gonna not do this upgrade then.
Now it'll run for 130, right?
130. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so this upgrade doesn't really do shit for me. I'll let you do it if you want to do it, Mike.
That's. Yeah, it's do 140. Yeah.
All right. If we have pay, I'd have to sell a share to yellow. Don't want to sell a share. I can't buy a share and sell a share because then Zach can open a company. I assume I want 4 companies. Who doesn't want 4 companies? I think if I get a 4th company, we might be able to just shut it down.
Sounds about right.
Because I don't know how we'd ever rust the 5s. So I think I'd probably just take this 5, withhold. Take this money, spend 450. This guy goes back and go to the stock round.
Okay.
And we keep playing. We can maybe call it. I don't know. I don't care what we do.
We could probably call it because I'm I'll be a crap load of shares behind if you have yellow company. What can you buy that's safe though?
Oh, I'm gonna float another company.
Oh
and
yeah,
then just like
duh.
So that's where those shares will be.
Yep. I would just start Mopac. That. Yeah. Maybe. You could get.
I mean, we can. I don't.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much done because I'd have to pay out of pocket for at least part of a 6.
Yeah, I'd have to
8.
pay.
I might have to pay for an 8 even. That's a possibility because if you par super high, then you can. Actually, yeah, you could. It'd be possible. That
I'm just gonna have a lot of shares.
you are just gonna have a crazy amount of shares.
I think crazy amount of shares, the ability to try not buy trains out of pocket, where
Yeah,
you and I will both be playing.
I don't know how we'd ever get to the 12 with me having 4. With me having 4, what do you guys? I mean, you guys are actually going to be train locked, so you couldn't even force buy. Like you would have to train lock yourself with force buys to get to the 12.
It'd be crazy. Right. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way. Sweet.
And I just don't think Zach is far enough ahead. Like he's actually not ahead, right? We're basically even.
Yeah, you're ahead. I think we're basically even because you have the share lead, even if I have the dollar lead, but you're going to open up another company, which means you're going to have the presidencies. Yeah, I think.
Cool, that was cool. I mean, we can keep going. I think it's probably done.
I think so.
It definitely shows the game off for everybody who wants to learn the rules. I really like this game.
It's great.
I really like it at 3.
Cool.
I think
we played that in
it's
2
cool
hours.
Zach made a but this game would go on for another probably 2 hours.
Oh, easily, yeah.
I think Zach made an interesting play not to float because if he got priority, like, so if Zach got priority, I think this would still be a game. Like if I didn't have a guaranteed fourth company,
Right.
I think Mike is probably. Do you feel out of it? I
I'm
think you're
pretty out of
probably
it.
out of it.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
I'm out of
Mike's
it.
out. I don't like saying that, but
I think so. I think
yeah.
me opening that was kind of just a
I
pooper.
So
love I love what Zach did. Just protect, wait. I don't do that enough in Bill Dixon games. Like protect and wait, and then just
right
like not buy shitty trains. It's just priority ended up not on him.
Yeah.
in that dump fest that I had in the third SR when we started opening up, what I should have done is I should have bought your last Rock Island share out of the IPO and dumped that, and then you would not have been able to.
You would have to
You
run the
would have had
twos
to.
again, right?
I would have gotten to run the twos again, and then I think this would be a very, very different game because you wouldn't have been
Because
able
you'd have
to.
some more money.
I'd have more money, and it would be like a grotesque amount of money at that point.
Yeah, and honestly, that second Rock Island, having two Rock Island shares was pretty important. That $36, like getting to
Yeah,
take that extra $36 out was important.
it was very, very important that moment. So, I mean, that was my mistake, and I had the money to do exactly that, and I just didn't. I
Yeah, and
didn't think
basically,
about it.
what we're saying now is I'd have a fourth company. There's probably just not enough money for these guys not to kill themselves to ever
Right.
rust my two
There's
fives,
no way.
and this company will be enough for two perms.
Yeah.
So I'd have two
So,
perms, and basically two semi perms, and run more shares than anyone. Cool.
yes, tonight's play just verified that I think you do not want to order this through Deep Thought Games. You're going to want to go through Golden Spike. Deep Thought isn't producing them anymore.
Thank you, Zach.
Yeah. And I placed an order for 1850 back in November of last year, and he's invoiced through September of last year. So,
Man, I might have to. Can I add on to that order?
if you want to, I can order a second copy of 1850 because 1850 and 1832 and 1841 are in that. But I think I'm going to cancel my 1841 just because I don't think
You'll
I'll
ever
ever
play
have
it
the group to
live?
play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'll play it, it'll be at a Dome Fest with the Choo Choo Crew kiddos. So
I do really like this game. I like
It's
the
good.
auction.
this was cool.
I
This was cool.
love the one train buy maybe makes some things too good, but then probably once you get used to it, you play around it. You know, I love what Zach did. Like I think
That was fun.
Zach probably should have won. Just like this weird. And I think the other thing, like Mike could not float and just sack. Like he could be like, I'm not gonna float, and then yeah, then Zach and I could duke it out. But that would
Yeah,
be even sillier, I think, than just calling it.
yeah, I agree with that. It's just
um,
we all want to have fun. We all want to because after this we can meet up with our West Coast folk and play
and
something else.
if Zach got a third company, I think it would be really tight between the two. It would be a good Dixon dance of like when these 12s come out and if I can withhold hard enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To be fair though, Zach's gonna have to sell like he would have enough. He'd have to sell this, and then he would have the cert. He'd have the five certs to float, which
yep,
is nice. He could always suck another cert. Ooh, that was gonna be gross. He could always take another cert into the Katie. Whose certs we did lose at some point.
no,
I
they came back though.
I literally
They're
cannot say the
they're
sentence I
hiding
was about to
somewhere.
say out loud. Anyway, that
But
was
yeah,
kind of an abridged play of 1850. I hope you guys liked it who watched live, and anybody who watches to learn the rules. I hope you liked it. It's a
yeah,
great game. This is I guess now my third play or fourth play. I really like it. Uh, these guys liked it as well. If this inspires you to play 70 or 32, I mean they're also great games. They're
yeah,
so good. Jay and I always argue about. Well, we don't always argue, but for a while it's like whatever Dixon game you've probably played the least is like your favorite because there's just like these little wrinkles where it's like, oh, that's so interesting, and then you play that one a lot, and you're like, maybe I like the other one more. And I don't know, they're all great games. Regardless, if you want to find anything about the stream, please go to dadsonamap.com. You can find us on Discord to talk about all of these games and other games, PAX games and war games, and we talked a lot of Magic the Gathering this week, which was super fun. Um, if you want to listen to us, you can definitely hear our podcast twice a month. If you would like to follow us on Patreon, please go to patreon.com/ I guess Stats on a Map. I don't know why I don't know the link. That's embarrassing.
I think it's
Regardless,
that.
That sounds right.
For Joe, for Mike, for Zach, we will see you next week. See ya.
Later.
Have a good one, people.